Greensboro Coliseum. Introducing the starting lineups now for this afternoon's game. First for the Georgia Bulldogs. Number 3, a guard, 6'2" senior from Brooklyn, New York, Eric Marbury. Number 10, a guard, 6'5" sophomore from New York, Vern Fleming. The center, number 35, 6'7" junior from Macon, Georgia, Terry Fair. At forward, number 25, a 6'6" sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, James Banks. The other forward, number 21, 6'7" junior from Atlanta, Georgia, Dominique Wilkins. And the head coach for the Bulldogs, Hugh Durham. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's greet your North Carolina Tar Heels. The guard, number 23, 6'5" freshman from Wilmington, North Carolina, Michael Jordan. Also at guard, number 21, 6'3" senior from Bronx, New York, Jimmy Black. At center, a sophomore from Lakeland, New York, 6'9", number 41, Sam Perkins. The forwards, number 44, a 6'8" sophomore from East Meadow, New York, Matt Doherty. The other forward, number 52, a 6'9" junior from Gastonia, North Carolina, James Worthy. And the Tar Heels head coach, Dean Smith.
North Carolina, record of 19-2 coming in. University of Georgia at 13-8. The Bulldogs of Georgia, who have won their last 4, they've had a shaky time through the month of January. They've come on here in February. Dominique Wilkins, who will jump center, incidentally, has controlled 16 of the 21 opening tips, although he has usually been the shorter man.
Got it again, but he stole that one a little bit, Marv.
And this is Vern Fleming, covered by Jimmy Black. And here is Wilkins.
Oh, boy, did he get up there.
Controlled by Terry Fair of Georgia. Traveling violation on Terry Fair.
Watch Dominic Skywalker here. Watch him go up and try to cuff dunk this one. Here he comes. There he goes. Up, up, and away.
North Carolina taking over. Sam Perkins out for Jimmy Black. As we set the Tar Heels. Worthy. Yes.
Absolutely a pro.
The officials this afternoon, Paul Hausman, Hank Nichols, Don Moreau. And white ball is the call. North Carolina will take over. Strong move by Jordan. Mike Jordan, who has had his shooting problems recently, particularly from the outside, giving the Tar Heels a 4-0 lead.
That's not rare for a freshman. They have ups and downs.
This is Eric Marbury. It is goodbye for James Worthy.
Oh, we're going to have you talk about human films of highlights. I think we're going to have it today, Marv.
And a timeout is called by Hugh Durham of Georgia. The Tar Heels off and running, lead it 6-0.
Carolina's playing them tight up court, looking to blow them out. They got a 6-0 lead. If they can get 2 more, Georgia's in real trouble. Georgia has to get off this 9.
And in this opening minute, Georgia has turned it over on 3 occasions. Almost number 4 off the double up. This is Dominique Wilkins. Out for Eric Marbury and Vern Fleming. 6-0, North Carolina.
An alley-oop pass.
Here's Dominique and the foul on Worthy, a hacking foul.
This is an obvious foul on James Worthy. I thought they're going to alley-oop it all the way over to the left side, but he just slipped in there to the center, Dominique Wilkins. Now watch James just lay on him. 2-shot foul. James Worthy.
Dominique has now hit 18 of his last 20 from the foul line. He was born in Paris, France, when his father was in the Army. Grew up here in North Carolina and then Atlanta. And folks around this area are not too pleased when he decided to go to the University of Georgia.
Well, he didn't want to go to North Carolina State because he didn't want to become another Thompson. He didn't want to go to Carolina. He didn't want to become another Charlie Scott.
Doherty, yes. And North Carolina on
Don't let them move. Nice layoff.
Good pass from Wilkins.
It should have been 2 points. Banks had overlay.
Marbury, 8-3, North Carolina. Eric Marbury, who has been playing more under control recently. In fact, he's turned it over only once the last 2 games.
Trying to turn the ball over. They're playing a 1-3-1 pinch. It's a zone, the wingman pinch.
Oh, beautiful setup. Perkins from Doherty. North Carolina has hit all 5 of their field goal attempts.
I believe you will not see the 1-3-1 pinch again.
And a bombing violation, so North Carolina will take over. This is a series that goes back some 20 years, but they have not met since 64-65, and that a victory for the Bulldogs.
They've changed their zone now to a 2-3. They're not as vulnerable underneath as a 1-3-1. What they got to do is stop Carolina's inside game.
Jimmy Black, 6 out of 6 for the Tar Heels, and they lead it 12-3.
Durham, I'd call a timeout here. Going to settle these guys down. Don't wait for the commercial timeout to be blown out of here. Too many coaches wait for the commercial timeout. I thought North Carolina made that mistake in the finals in Philadelphia last year at the top of the second half against Indiana.
And everybody in the lineup has scored for North Carolina. A rare Tar Heel turnover. And here they come on a 3-on-1. Make it 7-7.
Got to slow down a little bit, Georgia. You're playing right into their hands.
And the foul on Perkins, who went out at Eric Marbury.
Perkins come out like a big albatross that time.
Substitutions for North Carolina. Jim Braddock, Buzz Peterson have come on, so Dean Smith going to the bench early. There was the feeling earlier this season that Dean was reluctant to go to his bench in contrast to his usual style.
I don't like him doing it this early in the game. I personally don't think it's smart, but he's one of the best coaches that's ever lived. Obviously, he's our gold medal coach in Montreal. Has won everything but the gold in the NCAA, but he's been there so often. I think the trick in coaching is getting to the Final Four, not winning it. So it's 14-3 and the 2 substitutions came in. 14-5. I just don't think it's a good substitution. Let's mark that down.
All right. Out of 8 as Buzz Peterson comes off the bench. The Tar Heels 8 shots and they've scored it. Terry Fair lays it off.
Beautiful pass. Laid it inside to Vern Fleming that time.
Carolina leading Georgia 16-7. So new backcourt of Braddock and Peterson. Doherty. Yes! Unbelievable. 18-7. The 9-9.
Pure block.
On the rejection. Here's Braddock.
Timeout, will you, Georgia? Timeout. Hey, when you call a timeout, the fans will leave this game by the second half.
North Carolina leading 20-7. Standing ovation for the Tar Heels. And Wilkins fouled. Dean Smith emptying his bench.
I still don't like it. But that's his style of play, and obviously he's probably one of the most successful coaches in the country. He's proven it over 21 years.
What is the thinking of Hugh Durham in not calling for the timeout?
A lot of coaches wait for the commercial timeout. It usually comes in at 16 minutes to go, but there has to be a dead ball for the commercial timeout to come in. because if they call a timeout, the commercial timeout does not come in. Their timeout counts as the commercial.
Doherty committed that last foul, so Wilkins now 3 out of 4 from the line. North Carolina leading it 20-9. They've hit on all 10 field goal attempts.
Boy, they come out strong, hard man-to-man. George is still sitting back in the zone, a 2-3 zone, trying to protect underneath.
Chris Russ, Jeff Barlow are in that North Carolina lineup now. This is Jordan.
Yeah, they don't want to take another shot because he'll be the first guy that missed.
This is Vern Fleming for the Bulldogs. And a traveling violation. They are really tight.
Yeah, and they're trying to do it individually. It's a nice pass underneath for George, but individually, they're first looking for the one-on-one move, which we call the blacktop move, the playground move.
North Carolina 10 for 10 from the floor. And Dean Smith has shuffled his lineup here in these opening minutes. Jimmy Black. And there is the first Tar Heel miss.
Hugh Durham now realizes that they're human. All right, now they're setting up. This is a little better now. Slow down a little bit, setting up. But Carolina's still trying to push them out. Take them out of their rhythm.
Nice pass.
Oh, he hung on the rim, then he got away with it.
Very fair from Vern Fleming. So North Carolina leading now 20-11. And it'll be Georgia ball. Here's an unusual replay.
I think it's James Black that takes the shot. Now, we're showing this because this is the first miss in 11 shots. Could be a record starting of a ball game. I don't know if they keep that type of statistic in the NCAA. Carolina now has gone to a zone, a 2-1-2 or 2-3. See the ball sitting back there in the paint. Nice shot from above. You'll see the outside shot taken right now.
And Banks able to drill it home. So Georgia down by 7, 20-13, 12.5 remaining in this first half. Capacity crowd, better than 15,000 here at the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Get the ball to Worthy of Perkins.
This is Doherty.
Trying to kick the ball inside. Georgia's trying to stop it going inside.
And the Bulldogs looking to get right back in it. Over, yes. And it's now a 5-point lead.
Right back in the ball game. I owe an apology to you, Durham. Maybe you shouldn't have called the timeout. Set back again in the 2-3 zone to protect the inside. They want to protect the paint against Perkins and Worthy. Keep the ball out of their hands. Jordan can hurt him from the outside. Here it goes.
Nice rebound by Worthy. Well, law of averages bound to catch up. So the Tar Heels, after hitting their first pad, see Georgia moves right back in it. Dominique Wilkins for this first field goal. And it's a 3-point North Carolina lead.
Basketball is funny. I didn't like those substitutions. They were blowing them out there. They're going against the team. Georgia wasn't making any substitutions. There was still 16 minutes left in the game. You know, bury a team, give them a break the second half.
Oh, Sam Perkins with a beautiful move off the glass for his second field goal. North Carolina by 5, 22-17. We're 9 minutes in, first half.
See, Marlboro has a patch under his eye. He got 3 stitches in the game yesterday against LSU. A very big win, especially they won it down at Baton Rouge. And he had a big ball game.
That stopped a 23-game home win streak for the LSU Tigers. When we resume following the timeout, North Carolina will take over off the Georgia turnover. 10:48 remaining in this first half, and it's Carolina by 5. Back in Greensboro, North Carolina, Marv Albert along with Al McGuire. I'll look to be a blowout, but Georgia right back in it after North Carolina hit its first 10 shots from the floor.
Well, I just disagree with the quick substitutions by North Carolina because I think they had them on the ropes. You want to get them over. You want to bury them right away. What coaches usually do in this profession is they throw the party the last 6 minutes of the game rather than earlier. because first you want to get the game over with. But normally Dean Smith has substituted through the years. He used to have that blue team. He doesn't do that anymore.
North Carolina with another substitution. 6'11", Warren Martin has come on for the first time. They have been high on him as of late.
He'll be good. He just needs some more time to play. Look for him to come around about his junior year. They're back in that 1-3, which leaves it vulnerable underneath, so watch for layup.
Jimmy Black. And Wilkins off the boards, fouled by Martin. Warren Martin, 6'11", 220-pounder, out of Exton, Virginia, getting his first foul. So the Bulldogs will take over. They come in at 13-8. They are 7-7 in the Southeastern Conference. And they come off the upset win at LSU yesterday afternoon by the score of 57-51. That avenged an earlier season loss at home to LSU. That's Martin off the board. North Carolina in possession, lead by 5. Here's Jordan.
Can't give him that much time. He'll bottom it out every chance he gets.
Dominique Wilkins, who has a field goal 3 for 4 from the line to this point. He says his goal is to do a 360 reverse stuff. Not his goal in life necessarily, but he's tied up. And it will be North Carolina ball on the alternate possession.
Now watch here. He goes up. It's a good block. He doesn't even get off his feet. Martin was the outstanding ball player in Virginia last year, and I thought it was quite a score for Dean Smith to go up there and recruit him.
Good first step by Doherty. And the foul, Worthy hit on the hand by Fair. Terry Fair, number 35, a 6'7" junior out of Macon, Georgia, commits his first personal foul. And here's Sam Perkins back. Martin will sit down.
Surprisingly, that's Georgia's first team foul. It's 4 on Carolina. It's normally the opposite. Now we're playing on a neutral court here today. This is Greensboro. The home court for Carolina, the Tar Heels, is Carmichael Auditorium in Chapel Hill. It's not truly a neutral court.
I was going to say an alleged neutral court. They play only 2 games here. They played University of Southern California earlier this season, but it is strictly North Carolina crowd. And Carolina leading it now 25-17. A reminder, we'll be selecting the most valuable player for today's game a little bit later on, so why don't you watch along to see who you would select. Fans wanted a call as Marbury pulled up.
He took an extra step that time, but he got away with it. They're very hesitant to bring the ball up against pressure, Georgia. 2-3 zone, North Carolina, trying to stop Dominique Wilkins inside.
Vern Fleming, a high school All-American out of New York City, bringing Georgia with him 6. And you see the time left first half, 8.5 remaining. North Carolina has its starting lineup back in. Worthy lost it. Very high dribble by Fleming.
Well, he's pretty tall for a guard. He's around 6'5". He gets a lot of rebounds, and he moves his the defensive man underneath with him.
Terry Fair not able to hit, keeps it alive. Oh, beautiful tip, but did not get the roll. Jordan.
Excellent pass by Jimmy Black. Matt Doherty in there. Give Matt a little room, and it's 2 points.
North Carolina, as you see, 13 for 17 from the floor after they hit their first 10 to get it going. Marbury.
Nice. Very nice.
Dominique Wilkins with a second field goal and 7 points in all.
Very quick off the boards. He scores most of his points on the offensive rebounds.
Dominic with a vertical jump of 43 inches. He did play 40 minutes yesterday, though. You wonder if that'll take its toll. And it's Dominique control it.
This is a big time down, this one for the Dogs. They can score here to right in the ball game. Caroline is back to a man-to-man. Watch him get it to Dominic. Go ahead, Dominic, do your thing. Oh, lost it.
Off the triple team. Nice recovery by Fleming.
In the right place at the right time.
And a 27-23 North Carolina lead. This is Perkins. Back out for Jordan. And Black gets it to Doherty. He stepped out. It was on the end line. And North Carolina has turned it over. Substitutions again for Dean Smith. But first, a timeout is called. 6:21 remaining. First half. It's North Carolina 27 and Georgia 23. Back in Greensboro, North Carolina, this is Marv Albert with Al McGuire. We'd like to extend an apology to those of you who were expecting to see the Kentucky-Alabama game yesterday through a good portion of the country on NBC. We had difficulties with the telephone line, so as always, we blame it on the telephone company, but we're sorry. Yes, sorry. Those of you who were expecting to see the game. As a result, a good portion of the country saw Virginia Clemson, with Virginia taken to the final seconds, getting by Clemson. Here's Marbury. Eric Marbury with 8, and Georgia down by as many as 13 now, trailing by only 2.
They broke down the press real fine that time. Well coached for that move.
This is Chris Kluss, who just returned, along with Jim Braddock. This is Braddock.
Still trying to block up underneath Georgia. Give them the outside shot, but nothing inside.
Braddock had a big one last week against Furman with 16 points. Plus, rejected by Dominique. Fleming with a little shake and bake, but had nowhere to go on Braddock. There's Fleming again. Banks.
Money in the bank.
Oh, not bad. Not good either.
No. The Brinks hold up I'm thinking about.
James Banks has tied it at 27 with 5:10 left, first half.
Braddock's going to have to shoot from the outside at the top of the key. He can bottom it out.
Beautiful play by Fleming.
That's where his 6'5" comes into. He's a big guard.
Good effort by Fair to keep it alive, and Georgia maintains.
Take the lead here. 4.5 minutes left to go. There it is. He's going to take it right from there.
Wilkins. Yes,
you go.
Georgia by 2, 29-27.
Welcome home, Dominique.
This club is just soaring now. Georgia down by as many as 13 as North Carolina came out hitting its first 10 shots from the floor, but now trailing by 2.
They are now doing a 2-1-2 zone. They're protecting underneath. But Sam can eat up the man that's on him. To get it into Perkins is all she wrote. You got to put that up, Braddock. Hey, that guy's what a player. He won the Penn State game in overtime up there. I had him against Virginia when he came in off the bench and beat Virginia. Talk about an unsung hero.
Jim Braddock with a second field goal. He hit those clutch foul shots against Virginia. Against the Cavaliers to pull it out. Dominique Wilkins with 11 points. And at Georgia by 2, 31-29. This is Braddock in the backcourt now with Black. Doherty up front along with Rust and Perkins. Braddock from long range. Last touched by Terry Fair of Georgia. Timeout is called as James Worthy checks back in for North Carolina. 3:17 left first half. And it's a 2-point Bulldog lead. But before we go to the Hawaiian Open, it'll be NBC Sports World, an exciting day featuring figure skating and the Melrose Games that took place on Friday night at Madison Square Garden, the 75th Melrose Games Diamond Jubilee meet, and they had a great meet. Record-breaking attractions. You'll see it all right here. Georgia taking over.
Oh, just unbelievable. I knew they were going to float that ball into the second big man. Have to be Sam Perkins. Dominique went up and just caught the ball. It might have been goaltending.
That's the third rejection for Dominique Wilkins. Substitution, Gerald Crosby has come on. It's Crosby with him. He's in the Georgia lineup for the first time. Has a good outside shot.
Pulling Carolina out now.
Georgia by 2:31-29. As you see the clock running down, 2:35 left first half.
Pretty hard for Carolina to cover these Georgia guys man-to-man. Georgia likes more of a transition game. Now they settled in, got their confidence. Here he goes. Take him down, Dominic. Come on. Do your thing. There you go.
Making the move on Perkins and feeding beautifully. The foul is called. Terry Fair will go to the line. So Dominique showing us his passing skills. Right here, his rejection skills.
Watch his blocking skill here. He comes up. Watch him go. Up, up. Wow. Wow. We went out of camera range that time. He can do it. He's a true All-American. Last year, after his sophomore year, he said that he would stay in college. He held a press conference at the end of the spring football game and said he's going to stay for his junior year.
There are some people who felt the hesitation this season as to what will happen with Dominique Wilkins after this. His junior year has hurt the Bulldogs of Georgia. Jimmy Black leading Carolina with it 32-31.
Jimmy Black, the quiet star out of Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx.
And Georgia will throw in. University of Georgia picked in many preseason top 20s after reaching the finals of the SEC tournament last year, but they haven't been able to win the close ones, and that's really hurt. The steal by Perkins.
Very bad pass that time. It was their possession on a tie-up. Should have held the ball.
Worthy. And North Carolina by 1. 33-32. James Worthy now with 9 points. This is Dominique, watched by Perkins. Vern Fleming as we approach a minute left first half. Terry Fair, fans looking for a travel, and Dominique again.
Spreading it out.
Perkins going for the steal.
Watch this bad pass coming up here. He's double teamed. See if the double team there. Now he gets panicky. He knows the 5 count's coming, and he throws the ball into the paint, which was simply a no-no.
Chris Rust has come back. Dominique Wilkins now sitting down. Lamar Hurd has come on. The save by Fleming in the backcourt.
George is losing a little bit of his composure.
Here's Fleming.
Dropped his head too soon in that layup.
But Georgia will get it right back.
That's one of the few errors by Georgia. He doesn't usually do something like that. It's pretty hard to throw the ball over Sam Perkins' head.
We have 35 seconds remaining. First half.
If Carolina allows it, they'll play for 1 shot.
And the foul committed by Black.
All right, that's the 6th foul. Now, the next one's 1-1, one of the bonus. I'd look for Carolina now to settle back in a zone, a 2-3 zone, knowing they're in the 1-1. They're not going to do it.
Coming up at halftime, Al will be visiting with his close friends, the North Carolina cheerleaders. This will be more on the low-key side.
They're not that close.
Down to 20 seconds left in the half. Georgia in possession, North Carolina leading by 1.
Want to take the shot with about 6 seconds, 7 seconds.
They double up on Crosby.
No. Bad play. I'm surprised Carolina didn't go to his zone then. Forced him to shoot from the outside. But again, it's I don't know the material that well.
Mike Jordan committing the foul, his second.
Very, very foolish foul. Freshman move. Puts him in a 1-on-1.
1-on-1, guys.
Yeah, they're just winding the clock down. It's about 11 seconds left. He reaches in and hits him. There's 10 seconds left in the clock.
Oh, Crosby not able to take advantage of the 1-on-1, and North Carolina will take over. Buzz Peterson has come on, replacing Mike Jordan. Hugh Durham looking on as 7 seconds remain in this first half. Jimmy Black, 3 seconds. Black deflected short as the horn goes. North Carolina players claiming it was a quick horn, but that is the end of the first half. North Carolina coming out, hitting their first 10 shots from the floor. They led by as many as 13. Georgia led by the Human Highlights film. Dominique Wilkins coming, charging back, trailing by 1 at half. So after the 13-point lead, run up by the Tar Heels, Georgia coming right back. And as a result, we open up the second half, North Carolina by 1, and it's Georgia in possession. This is Vern Fleming. He's in the backcourt with Eric Marbury. Marbury off the overplay, threw it too hard. He tried to get it to Wilkins.
North Carolina came out just like at the top of the ball game, hard man-to-man. Top of the ball game, they jumped out to a 13-point lead after 6 minutes. Dean made some substitutions. Georgia settled in, closed the gap to 1 point at halftime.
Jimmy Black, Mike Jordan in the backcourt. This is Sam Perkins up front with Matt Doherty and James Worthy.
Georgia wants to give him the outside shot. That's why they're sitting in the 1-2-2 zone. See him down there, tight inside the paint. They want to cut off Perkins and Worthy if possible. If Perkins has all he can eat if he wants to shoot from out there.
Objection by Wilkins. That is number 4 for Dominique Wilkins. Worthy. Perkins. Yes, and it counts.
Watch Mr. Wilkins get up here in this rejection. He just skies so quickly. And he hangs in the air. He has hanging time. He has hanging time there. He has to drop his head away so it doesn't hit the backboard.
Sam Perkins connecting on the 3-point play. And North Carolina leads by 4, 36-32.
They'll attack at half court as soon as he gets to the half court line.
Marbury.
Wow, that was a prayer.
10 points for Eric Marbury. And North Carolina's lead is 2, 36-34. Perkins had an ocean.
Perkins doesn't want to shoot from that far out.
North Carolina coming in at 19-2. They're ranked 2nd in the nation by AP, UPI, and by the NBC, United States Basketball Writers Poll.
Playing a little triangle in tight with Doherty, Perkins, and Worthy.
Here's Doherty. Jordan keeping it alive, but Wilkins rebound.
Tie it up this time down. That's what the Dogs do. Carolina's in a man-to-man, aggressive. Dominique's trying to get on the side in the 1-on-1 with Worthy if possible. Here it comes now. Here you go.
Here's Wilkins. And last touch by James Banks. So North Carolina will take over. Georgia comes in off the upset win at LSU yesterday. They're 13-8. They have won 4 in a row. Earlier this season, after they started well, they lost 5 straight, and that set them back in the SEC. They've lost a number of close games, particularly in their conference.
Tar Heels have to shoot from the outside. Not enough room in there to keep passing it in there.
And the Bulldogs take over on the travel.
Jordan and Black must shoot from the outside. They got 5 men swarming around the big 3. I put Matt Doherty as one of the big 3. He might be just an inch or 2 away, but he's a super ball player. court, Carolina. Try to turn them over and get a run going.
Foul committed by Black on the inbounds. And for Jimmy Black, his second. And again, pressure.
Just outlet it to Fleming.
That's Jordan all over Marbury. James Banks handles the ball well. He's 6'6", 215. Only a sophomore.
Yeah, under pressure, they move Banks up. He's the safety valve against all types of zones of man-to-man full courts.
Here's Banks. And Black overthrows Worthy.
Wow, he hit that stand at that time real hard. Hope he's all right. He should have a timeout right here to check that. Well, I see he whacks it. Matter of fact, the basket even now, 15 seconds later, is still vibrating a little bit.
Dean Smith asked how he is. He said, I'm all right. Here's Braddock back in replacing Jordan. 3.5 gone by. Second half from Greensboro, North Carolina. And the Tar Heels leading Georgia 38-34. Alley-oop. Wilkins lost it. This is Braddock. Worthy. And Perkins wide open. Worthy. North Carolina by 6, 40-34. They break it up. Worthy with the ball.
Nice steal
by Fleming. Fans thought there should have been a foul. And Georgia out of control. Here's Matt Doherty. An 8-point North Carolina lead and an ovation for the Tar Heels.
Good call, timeout. They needed that real bad. Slipping down 8 points, they could lose control of the ball game.
The Greensboro Coliseum is rocking. 5 minutes gone by. Second half, North Carolina by 8.
Dominic just came down.
This is Marv Albert with Al McGuire from Tar Heel country, Greensboro, North Carolina.
We turned those averages around where they come out at 52%. Georgia's only shooting 33. And Carolina is still perking, even though they slipped down 20 points. 44.9 is decent shooting. You win ball games shooting that.
North Carolina has been beaten only twice this season, losing to Virginia and Charlottesville. And the fans look for the travel. Some shaky moments here for the Bulldogs.
Dean Smith's such a great coach. He knows the Achilles heel on Georgia is their ball handler. And he's keeping the pressure on them constantly.
The other North Carolina loss in the hands of Wake Forest, and that has been it. Eric Marbury will go to the foul line. He was hacked. Jimmy Black. Check that, Mike Jordan picking up his third. And here is Marbury, who earlier this season, very erratic. A young man with much talent, sometimes plays out of control, but has been playing under control in recent games.
You can catch the tape on his face now. When it comes to the foul line here, see the tape on his face? He picked up 3 stitches in the first half of the game yesterday against LSU. And the second half came out and scored 12 points. I wonder if he got 6 stitches when he scored 24 points.
And he had some key foul shots down the stretch in the final seconds. 42-35. North Carolina by 7. They led by 13 in the opening minutes, and Georgia came right back at them.
Carolina spreading them out so they can kick the ball underneath. Good play by Carolina, spreading them out. Carolina has to get inside. That's where their strength is, with their 2 All-Americans. Whoa, close.
Fleming nearly picked it off. Matt Doherty.
Matt Doherty got the basket. He pointed over to Black saying thank you for the ball. When a ball player points to another ball player, that's saying thanks for the pass.
Matt Doherty, a sophomore from East Meadow, New York, with his 5th field goal, has 10. And Terry Fair was hooked from behind. Perkins collects his 2nd. Sam Perkins had a tough time against Maryland the other night of that 3-point win by North Carolina. Perkins took 3 shots all night long, all 3 in the first half. That was it. They could not get him the basketball.
Well, as long as they win. Basketball is a team game, not an individual game. You can do no better than win and no worse than lose.
Here's Banks. Little juggling act. And last touch by Black of North Carolina.
Yes, Jimmy, you did touch it last. Let's hope he touched it last on the 3-play. There, Jimmy touched it then. Oh, no, Jimmy's right. No, if he touched it then, he's wrong. He wouldn't lie for a Catholic school up in the Bronx, right?
Jimmy Black from Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx. Wilkins. Dominique, who can do it from outside, now with 13 points. And it's a 7-point North Carolina lead.
That was a 16-foot jumper. Georgia's hitting the 2-3 zone. Again, I'm repeating myself, but they got to stop Carolina inside. Otherwise, it's tap city. Jordan and Black have to take the outside shots. Get it to Black, Matt. Let it fly, Jimmy. Oh, bad pass. Air ball.
It's a 3-on-1.
He's playground. He's French pastry. He could hit that guy in the right when he was going along. He knew he was on national TV.
And Eric Palmer with the schoolyard move has brought Georgia within 5, 44-39. Black from deep. That's a bad shot.
Well, he has to take it now.
Jordan nearly broke it up. Sam! Thanks.
Nice. Sam, the man went up again.
But a foul this time.
Just watch Sam, the man, flying around in there. Here he goes. We used to call him the plastic man. He doesn't like that. He says when he finishes college, he's going to take my job as a commentator. And he'll probably do a better job.
Al, I know that you are shaking with that thought.
Well, I just hope I'm alive 5 years from now.
Worthy picked up a foul, his 3rd. It's Carolina by 4. 44-40, so the Bulldogs in the midst of another run.
Them dogs, them dogs.
We have 12-10 remaining in the game. Nice play. Perkins with 9.
They changed their zone then under that 1-3-1, which is dangerous. Leaves the bottom open.
This is Fleming. He and Marbury at the guards. Wilkins, Banks, and Fair up front. Wilkins. Not a good shot. He hit one earlier.
But he was gone at that time. He had to force it a little bit. Now they're back into the 2-3.
Perkins. Wilkins on the board.
Well, Wilkins was up over Worthy every time down there. Man-to-man spread out. Look for the one-on-one on Georgia now. 5 count.
Nice pass. Banks. Wilkins.
He hits the offensive board, Bob. It's one of the biggest tools that he has.
And now this, a rare national television exposure game for Dominique Wilkins, who has not been seen too frequently, so you get the idea that he is really psyched.
He's putting out. He missed his first dunk, which would have helped him. Oh! Is he putting out? That basket should be good.
Yes.
It's good. another angle on that one?
The human highlights film providing us with a highlight. 10.5 remaining in the ball game. An example of hang time.
Well, Dominique Wilkins, here's a double header on him. Watch as he goes up in there. He's on the offensive end now. He won't make the first shot. Here he goes up, misses the tap. He goes right back up and puts it in. Matter of fact, he put it on the way down because he had to get Perkins' hands out of the way. Now watch this block shot that was goaltend. Look where his head is. Hello, Ma.
The human highlights film. 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocked shots. And we have 10.5 remaining in the game.
Okay, here we go.
North Carolina leading Georgia 48-42.
Here's where Georgia has problems bringing the ball up. Carolina's putting pressure on him. Now Banks, they try to put it into the forward's hands because he can take Matt Doherty.
And a new backcourt for North Carolina. Jim Braddock and Buzz Peterson have come out. Braddock guarding Fleming. And Peterson up on Marbury. Beautiful play. Perkins got caught on the overplay.
Good play. They're doing an alley-oop plot then on. Here's an alley-oop play that doesn't work. They overplay and leaves the inside man open underneath. He's underneath there. Then Matt Doherty catches him, which we call a mortal sin, which is a three-point play. Now here's another angle. Now watch Matt on the outside of him. Absolutely breaks him over. So we can get within 3 points if he bottoms this one out. Terry Fair. They don't have a true center on Georgia. He's only 6'7". Really should be playing as a power forward.
He's 1 for 2 from the line thus far today. 3-point play for Fair. And it's down to a 3-point North Carolina lead. Jimmy Black just returned to the lineup in the backcourt with Mike Jordan. This is Doherty up front with Worthy and Perkins.
Got to shoot from the outside. Jordan, let it fly. Let it fly, son. They got it all boxed up too much inside. Trying to force it in too much.
He stepped out.
See what happens when you're inside men like that, they're overplaying him. On a missed shot, they got inside position for the rebound. So what you do is once they get inside position, the outside men have to put the ball up.
And Georgia down by 3 in possession. Fleming handling a tough pass.
Wanted to kick it over to Dominic that time, but we cocked in the air, put it up. Very good.
The Bulldogs within 1, 48-47.
Now watch how they're clogging up the middle under there. See, gang? They're staying right inside the paint tight. They don't want Perkins or Worthy to get the ball. They'll give you the outside shot. George still trying to force it in. Don't force it in. Come to the top of the key and take the shot. Doherty has to shoot. Black has to shoot. Or Jordan has to shoot. Nope, you can't get in there anymore. There's no room. No.
And Doherty forced the issue for Worthy.
What am I telling you out there? Here's the way they were playing before. Look how the paint's clogged up underneath. All the red in tight there. They can't get the ball into those guys. Not once they set the 2-3 zone.
Back live, Georgia with a chance to take the lead. Hugh Durham barking instructions to Vern Fleming.
Want to spread them out a little bit, Georgia. Get Carolina is playing man-to-man. They'll try to get the ball to Dominic in a moment.
Wilkins posting down low, Worthy all over him.
Nice ball handling. It's terrible.
Worthy.
Nice play by Worthy. Good body control. Georgia's ball handling leaves a lot to be desired. Here's a nice play by Worthy. Watch when he kicks the ball back into Worthy. He could get called for charging, but he flares over to the left. Keeps his eye on the rim. 2-shot foul.
So Vern Fleming commits the foul, and Worthy with 6 field goals, 1 out of 2 from the foul line with 2 shots. He's only a 65% free throw shooter.
Let me tell you something, Bob. In the last 2 minutes of the game, he's a 98% foul shooter. He is what you call prime time foul shooter.
And it's North Carolina 47, 8 minutes remaining in the ball game.
I'm glad he made that last one.
You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
See, they can't handle the ball. All right, very important point here right now. Carolina has committed 6 personal fouls. George has only committed 2. So from now on, every foul against Carolina becomes 1 and a bonus.
And that was number 4 on Mike Jordan. A timeout with 7:54 left in the game. North Carolina leading by 3. And we'd like to wish our very best to NBC producer David Stern, who went off and got married today.
Yeah, but his game never got on the air yesterday. Maybe that was the reason.
Eric Marbury not able to hit. Yes, David Stern, the producer of the Kentucky-Alabama game yesterday, that never did make it. Dominique Wilkins committing his 2nd personal foul. And North Carolina will take over. 13th foul picked up by the Bulldogs of Georgia. So the Tar Heels, record of 19-2 coming in. 2nd in the nation in all the polls. Clinging to a 3-point lead. They led by as many as 13 at the start. They hit their first 10 shots from the field. Incidentally, our crack statistician Steve Dans just checked it out. The all-time North Carolina record at the start of the game is 12 straight.
Georgia started the 2-3 zone. Dean Smith told the guys to pull the ball out. They're going to have to go man-to-man. They still haven't gone man-to-man. They're just putting pressure on the ball. You're going to have to put them man-to-man. You're down 3 points. All right, here they go man-to-man now. This is the 4 corners. This is not a delay with Dean as much as an offense. He doesn't have the right team in there for 4 corners, but I think it's a little bit too slow. You got to get the ball in the Blacks' hands. Now you feel safe. Phil Ford made this famous. I don't think he'd ever become famous if it wasn't for Phil Ford. They look for a back door to get a layup.
This is Jordan. Yes, and it counts. Jordan spotted the opening, took advantage. Mike Jordan playing with 4 personal fouls.
Here he goes. This is close to a charge here. Call it yourselves. No, he did move over on them.
And Terry Fair committing the foul. North Carolina's only been to the line 5 times this afternoon, while Georgia has been there 14 times.
Oh, that's a big 3-point play.
And a 6-point North Carolina lead, 53-47.
Now you got the other side of the coin. Carolina will sit in a very tight 2-3 zone. Make them shoot from the outside.
Dominique forcing. That is not the shot that New Durham would prefer. He hit one earlier, and it may have encouraged him.
Now they're going to go to the chest game. Keep the ball out. Georgia can still give another three fouls before the 1-and-1. 2 more. Everybody has to get up on their men.
That's Wilkins all over Black. Worthy. Back out for Perkins.
Got to stay up hard, man-to-man. Stay up hard. Look for the count. Georgia's allowing the outlet pass. They can take this clock all the way down.
And Jimmy Black fouled by Vern Fleming. For Fleming, that is his 2nd. And now the Bulldogs picking up their 15th foul. Timeout is called by Georgia. We have 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the game. North Carolina leading Georgia 53-47. We'll be right back. Off the boards this afternoon, it's all been even at 19 apiece. Al, you have been talking That's all I've been hearing, in fact, the last couple of days about a new rule you're pumping for in college basketball by the next century.
I'm saying by the next century, I believe that no team should have more than 32 feet combined on the floor at any one time. Now, that would mean if you had 4 7-footers, that would be 28 feet. The other guy had to be a midget, or it had to be Eddie Arcaro or Willie Shoemaker. It had to be 4 feet. Someday you'll see it, because it's only going to be a matter of time before a team can put 3 7-footers out there.
Foul committed by James Banks. Well, let's see. University of Georgia has a player by the name of Darrell Pee Wee Leonard, who goes about 5'5". We have not seen him here this afternoon, so he fit in very well in that situation.
I just think by the next century, this type of rule will come in.
Are you pumping hard for this?
Well, not that hard.
Just under 5 minutes remaining in the game, and North Carolina clinging to that 6-point lead.
Yeah, they got to spread out. What you got to do is stay with your man until he kills his dribble, then double team. Stay with him. Now, when he kills his dribble, no, you can't go after him, Fleming, while he's dribbling. It's up to Dominic to make him stop dribbling. When he kills his dribble.
Doherty, a strong move. And Georgia takes over. Terry Fair for Vern Fleming.
Good try, but they had him in a 1-on-1. They get all good foul shooters out there. I thought maybe the clock was more important than a chance of making a layup.
Off the overplay, Fair. Whoa!
Cuff dunk. You got a 4-point spread now.
17 for Dominique Wilkins. 53-49 with 4 minutes left in the game.
Too early for a pull-up. It's still too early. You got to keep going for the basket. Spread them out. Go for the basket. Now attack. He killed his dribble.
Doherty changed his mind. He saw Worthy, but felt he would have thrown it away. And a reach-it called on Fair.
Dominique gives a simple little cuff dunk off this missed shot by Banks. Watch his timing. Unbelievable time. Now watch him cuff it. See that cuff? But that was only at half height.
He has that unusual talent. He can leap, and he's so quick and reacts so well. Sam Perkins, 2 for 2 from the line, has 10 points in all. Sam, a sophomore, grew up in Brooklyn from Latham, New York. Rookie of the year in the ACC last season. As a freshman, he's given the Tar Heels a 6-point lead.
They were both pressure shots.
3.5 remaining.
He can hit this one. He can. He's a tremendous outside shooter.
Harold Crosby, a freshman from Birmingham, Alabama, with his first field goal, and it's North Carolina 55 and Georgia 51.
He's a zone breaker. All right, now get on him. First have the man kill his dribble. Let him dribble first. Now don't leave your man sleep.
Doherty saw the opening and again changed his mind.
Now attack. Now attack when he kills the dribble. Right?
Georgia with a 3-on-2.
Go yourself.
Fleming. Perkins, quick rebound.
Free down the other end.
And James Worthy nearly blew it. 6-point North Carolina lead. An important possession just a moment ago, and Fleming not able to hit.
Well, what he did when he broke the foul line, he should have went all the way. Once the middleman on a fast break breaks the foul line, he should go all the way to the glass. 6-point spread, plenty of time, 2 minutes, 25 seconds.
And a timeout called by Georgia coach Hugh Durham. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remaining. And it's North Carolina by 6, 57-51. We have seen a solid performance by the Tar Heels of North Carolina, but no disappointment at all from the young man they call the Human Highlights film, number 21, Dominique Wilkins. He remind you of anyone in particular that you've seen along the way?
Well, now and then he does remind me of Dr. J. Obviously, this is set up, and here's Dr. J. But Dr. J has more maturity now, and Dominic will be there maybe 2 or 3 years.
Dominic may actually have a better outside shot than Julius Erving, although I think his shot selection should be criticized this afternoon. 0-0. Wilmore Fowler has come on for the first time, a senior from Florida. Here's Crosby. Yes.
Told you can't let that guy shoot. I wonder why they don't get him the ball more. He's 2 for 2. Unbelievable outside shot. Down to 4 points. A lot of time left.
North Carolina leading 57-53, just under 2 minutes.
Pinch. Now pinch. Jump. You got to pinch. I told you. Once you get the pinch. Now the ball goes to Carolina for this jump ball. Now remember, obviously, the next one goes to the Dogs. There's the arrow.
Good play by 0-0. Wilmore Fowler, a transfer from Kansas who just checked on.
Hugh Durham coached for many, many years at Florida State. Moved into Georgia 4 years ago. Is rebuilding. Needs a center. Man's inside, you're in trouble. Perkins got inside that time, you're in trouble. They line up in a straight line on the out of bounds. Not doing it this time. They line up in a box this time. Now watch the baseline men pick for the out men. They'll get the ball to Jordan. There you go. Okay.
Now this is Black calling it out. See the clock running down. 1:45 left. Here's Jordan taking it in.
No, he shouldn't have shot.
And very fortunate to get the foul called on Georgia, blocking foul.
Ooh, that's a close call. That one could have gone either way.
Terry Fair collecting number 4, but no argument from Durham.
No, let's watch. Gee, I don't know. I let you call it yourselves out there. Let's take another peek at this, another angle. Here we go. Gee, I really don't know. You know, when I say I don't know, you know what I mean? I mean it should be the other way.
No, Al, you never.
I don't know. No, I thought that was a charge. Big time in the game. It's a 4-point spread. Let's see what the freshman does.
He's a 74% foul shooter.
Ooh, that's a big call because it could be a 2-point game the other way.
North Carolina by 5. Mike Jordan out of Wilmington, North Carolina. However, the Tar Heels recapture. Important back tap. Doherty throws it away. And the steal by James Worthy. Look out. Oh, spectacular move. 19 points for James Worthy. James Banks not able to hit. And it's on Terry Fair.
What's Worthy here? Instead of high jump, he broad jumps. Watch. Long jump. 23 feet, 11 inches. Watch the steal from the top of that play. There he goes. Now this is what we call coast to coast.
You know, there are folks here in North Carolina country very upset that all the publicity focused on Dominique Wilkins coming in. People say, hey, we have a pretty fair play here by the name of James Worthy.
Well, I think why we did this is that they don't get a peek at Dominic. The people see North Carolina so many more times. And obviously, James Worthy's an All-American. I put on my first team All-American at the top of the year. My first team All-American was Sam Bowie, Stick Sampson, Cummings. I can't think of the other guys. Who else did I put on my All-American team?
You may be adjusting it as the season progresses. Terry Fair fouled out, incidentally, to send Perkins to the line. And North Carolina has just taken it over here in the final minute and a half. There's Doherty. And Jordan decided to pass up the shot. Following this North Carolina-Georgia game, we'll be showing highlights from yesterday's exciting Clemson-Virginia game. Dominique Wilkins with 19 points. Clemson with the near upset. And Clemson, South Carolina, as seen here on NBC. Oh, the move by Jordan. It'll count. 360 move by the freshman, Mike Jordan. 64-55, Carolina by 9.
Watch this movement here. Gives him a head and shoulders fake. Unbelievable.
Lamar Hurd now in the Georgia lineup. This is Fowler. That's three-point range.
Oh, that's downtown.
Wilmore Fowler with his first field goal, 64-57. And the foul on Wilkins, his third.
Hey, I'd like to see, if possible, the team that I picked for the all-North Carolina team of since World War II. 1-1, man, let's go. 1-1.
Sam Perkins.
1-1, here we go.
5 for 5 from the line and a 75% foul shooter, has 13 points in all. Only 5 seconds left. And North Carolina now by 8, 65-57. So the Tar Heels getting a scare midway through the first half. There's the McGuire all-time North Carolina team. And I think there could be some argument with that particular squad. Dominique firing it up, and that'll do it. North Carolina has defeated Georgia by the score of 66-57. The Tar Heels now go to 20 up and 2 down, while Georgia giving it a run after falling back by as many as 13 in the first half, with North Carolina coming out and hitting their first 10 from the floor. Georgia with a season of 13-9, and their win streak stopped at 4. Final again, North Carolina 66, Georgia 57.
Dominic, how do you feel about playing back home in front of your fans?
Well, I feel good about playing back home. You know, it's always good to come back home and play in front of your home state, and it was a real exciting game. And I just wanted to get here and do the best I can, hope the team do the best they can. I think we did okay. We had a lot of mistakes, but we're going to capitalize on the next game, I hope.
Sam Perkins and James Worthy, did they make you kind of jump a little bit higher tonight?
Well, you know, every time I play, I usually try to go to the boards hard and jump a little higher, but I think they was real competitive. They made me do a lot of things to work to get the ball, and I give a lot of credit to them because they really played well on the inside.
Would you rather play down low more? It seems that they forced your play on the top of the key. You were taking some 14 and 17-foot jumpers.
Well, I can play inside or out. I prefer to play inside, but the chance wasn't inside for me, so I had to go to the outside.
Last year, you made an announcement at the spring football game after the year that you were going to come back for the finals for your junior season. Are you going to make the announcement at the spring football game again this year?
Well, probably so. You know, I'll wait to have the season to make that decision, but I think one way or the other, you know, I'll come down with it around that time.
Who are you having the most trouble with when you play in the SEC?
Well, the most trouble is 2 teams we had the most trouble. It's Alabama and Kentucky. They really give us a go every time we play. They're probably the 2 toughest teams in our league, and they really battle you on the boards.
Well, you know, how come you didn't go to either North Carolina or North Carolina State? It seems strange that a ball player your caliber would go down to Georgia that didn't have tradition, that didn't have a basketball program. They're known for football.
Right, that's true. What we wanted to do, me, a couple of other guys on the team, wanted to go to a place where the program wasn't that good and help build a program. And I think we have done that since we've been to Georgia. ACC is a real good conference. I think it's one of the best in the country. I just wanted to go to a school to help build a tradition.
Thank you. Back to you, Mob.
All right, Al. Dominique Wilkins with 19 points, 10 rebounds, 5 block shots this afternoon.